I will give you $200,000 to pretend to be my boyfriend. For $200,000, I agreed to pretend to be the boyfriend of the iceberg female CEO. I thought this money was easy to earn until her retired chairwoman grandma actually believed it. She treated me as her future grandson-in-law to train, and her business tycoon father patted me on the shoulder and said, "You young people get along well. Get your marriage license at the end of the year. I support you." I watched Scarlett's face turn pale in an instant. My heart skipped a beat. It seemed like I messed up this act. When Scarlett came to me, I was eating original recipe chicken in the admin department pantry. She sat down right across from me, and the air around us froze a little. "Jake, can you do me a favor?" I almost choked to death on a chicken bone when I heard that. Scarlett is the famous iceberg female CEO of our Shengshi group. She walks with an aura of power. Her gaze is ice cold. She is in a totally different league from a slacker like me in admin, who only thinks about how to slack off on the clock, and refuses to roll with the rat race. We are from two totally different social classes. I chugged a mouthful of iced Coke to wash it down. "What's up? I have no money to lend you, only my life." Scarlett let out a long sigh and said, "Can you pretend to be my boyfriend?" The Coke I was drinking almost shot out of my nose. What the hell? She leaned forward and lowered her voice. It was like there was an anti-eavesdropping barrier around us. It's just an act. To fend off those annoying suitors, especially Zach. Zach is the vice president of the marketing department. He comes from a super rich family and the whole company knows he's chasing Scarlett. "As for why you chose me?" I asked confusedly. She looked me up and down, her gaze landing on my greasy hands. "You look the least like the type I would ever like. You have the least career ambition. And you are the easiest to call it quits." I touched my nose fine. "That reason is honest enough and brutal enough. Is there any pay? Act until the end of the IPO gala, and I will give you $200,000. The original recipe chicken in my hand suddenly lost its flavor. $200,000 is enough for me to slack off for years. Deal. Scarlett handed me an iPad. "These are the rules, memorize them." I took it and looked. Holy crap, there were a full 20 non-disclosure agreement clauses. Rule 1, no real feelings. Rule 2, keep your distance in public. No physical contact unless necessary. Rule 3, I looked up at her. "This is not looking for a boyfriend. This is looking for a human standee." She kept a straight face, exuding a cold aura all over her body. "Are you in or not?" I said righteously. "I'm in. The first gig was scheduled for the business salon on Friday night. At the 5-star hotel in the city center. Zach will definitely be there." Scarlett told me to dress up nicely. I dug out my discounted Uniqlo suit from the bottom of my closet, and the out-of-season leather shoes I got at the outlet last year. I waited for her at the banquet hall entrance. She arrived stepping out of a Maybach. To be honest, she looked like a fairy, except her gaze was still as cold as ever. Like the Arctic ice sheet. "Remember to act natural." "How natural? Like you are really a simp who gave up your dignity for me." "But I have never chased you before." She glared at me with full aura. "Can't you just imagine it?" We walked into the banquet hall side by side. Zach was indeed there, holding a glass of red wine covered in designer logos that were blinding. When he saw me walk in with Scarlett, his expression changed immediately. He almost crushed the wine glass in his hand. Scarlett suddenly reached out and linked her arm through mine. My whole body went stiff. I felt countless gossiping stares lock onto us. "Relax," she whispered. "We are acting." We found a corner to sit down. Right within Zach's line of sight, Scarlett pulled a bottle of Evian out of her purse, twisted it open and handed it to me. "Drink some water. To moisten your throat." I froze and did not take it. She stepped on me with her high heel under the table. I quickly took it and said, "Thanks, honey." Not far away, Zach's back went ramrod straight. Like a rooster ready to fight at any time. "Is that too fake?" I asked in a low voice. "Shut up and drink your water." I obediently drank the water during the intermission. Zach indeed came over. "Scarlett, who is this?" Scarlett leaned closer to me. At this moment, she put away her cold aura. My boyfriend Jake. Zach's face changed, but he still maintained the demeanor of an overseas returnee elite. I never heard Scarlett had a boyfriend. We just made it official following the script Scarlett gave me. I said I fell in love with her at first sight and chased her relentlessly. I even swore I would never marry anyone but her. Scarlett pinched my arm secretly where Zach couldn't see, meaning I overdid it. Zach looked me up and down a few times. His gaze swept unashamedly over my cheap suit. "Jake, right? Which department are you from?" "Admin department." "Oh." He nodded with a hint of contempt on the corner of his mouth. "You do all the odd jobs, must be tough. Is it easy to buy a house in the future?" The meaning behind his words was crystal clear. He was mocking me for being poor. I smiled, looking completely calm. "It's okay. I can afford to take care of my girlfriend." Scarlett pinched me again. Zach turned and left. His back was stiff, probably shocked by my thick skin. Scarlett immediately let go of my arm and moved a little to the side. "You talked too much just now. Didn't you tell me to act natural?" "I didn't tell you to ad-lib. That was embarrassing." "Fine, whatever the boss says goes." Over the next few weeks, Scarlett and I became the hottest topic in the company. Jake, the average slacker king from the admin department, actually won over Scarlett, the iceberg female CEO. Everyone thought it was ridiculous. It was literally one of the top 10 workplace unsolved mysteries. We showed up as planned in various public places: the staff cafeteria, the gym, the underground parking lot. Scarlett set detailed behavior rules for me, like handing her a towel at the gym but not getting too close, to avoid our sweat touching each other, sitting together to eat in the staff cafeteria. But no actual feeding each other, leaving work together. Unless there are target people around. The craziest part was she sent me performance feedback via email every week. Wednesday gym performance was acceptable, but the sweat wiping and towel handing actions were too deliberate. Like you were cleaning a window. Friday cafeteria meal had improvement, but you stared at me too many times. Easy to blow our cover, and your gaze was creepy. I replied to her. Staring at you was to observe my boss's expression. To adjust my acting in time, that's a professional gaze. She ignored me and blocked me directly for 5 minutes. That afternoon, we took a walk in the park downstairs of the company, actually just walking in circles around the fountain. Zach and his few lackeys were smoking in the smoking area not far away. "Give me your hand," Scarlett said suddenly. "What? Hold your hand?" "They are watching." I looked down at her. Her fingers were slender and fair, no nail polish, completely clean. I reached over and held her hand gently. Her fingertips were a little cold, like holding a piece of fine mutton fat jade. We walked half a circle holding hands like this. Neither of us said a word. Only the quiet whispers of passing colleagues from the smoking area. Zach. His hand shook and the cigarette butt burned his tens of thousands of dollars suit pants. "You can let go now." I let go of her hand. My palm was a little sweaty. "How was my performance just now?" "Passing grade," Scarlett said flatly, "out of a full score of 100. Passing grade is 60 a month later." Scarlett told me we needed to upgrade the act. Zach still wouldn't give up. He even tried to pressure the board. "We need more intimate scenes." "How intimate?" "Hugging, maybe even fake kissing if necessary." I almost choked on my own saliva. "Do I get a raise?" She looked at me coldly. Her gaze was like looking at an employee about to be laid off. I raised my hands in surrender, dedicating myself to the art of acting. "I get it. Is KPI a new acting opportunity came soon?" The company's anniversary gala both Scarlett and I had to attend. She was in charge of the speech. I was in charge of carrying the gifts backstage. After the speech when the crowd was walking out, Scarlett suddenly pulled me behind the curtain and said nervously, "Zach is watching from the audience, put your arm around my waist." I just put my hand up and she frowned. Gently I adjusted my strength. I have to say it felt amazing, her waist was so slender. "Is this okay higher up? What about here?" Her voice was a little shaky. "Fine, just like this, we were so close I could smell the delicate fragrance on her. It was the scent of a custom perfume like cedar with a hint of coldness." The crowd in the audience gradually dispersed. Zach was still standing there staring at us deadly. His gaze could kill, he's still here. I reported in a low voice. Scarlett bit her lip. "We might need to kiss the cheek," I froze. I felt my heart skip a beat, we just fake it with an angle. Got it, I get it. But it was my first time seeing Scarlett this close up. Her eyes were so bright like they held a sea of stars. Her skin was